Well, today I'm out here exploring a spot I found a couple years ago for some rhyolite. There's lots of orbicular rhyolite around here, and there's also a little bit of agate. So there is potential for thunder eggs, but I don't know. It's not really something I've seen. I've seen the lithophysei, or whatever you call them, but they're filled with calcite instead of agate. I think you just have to find the right zone in the rhyolite to find thunder eggs, but there's lots of this orbicular rhyolite anyhow, and it's really good tumbler material. This is a nice solid piece that I spotted just a second ago. There's some big circles in there of the orbicular rhyolite, and yeah, just a nice little slab of it. But most of the stuff in here is all orbicular rhyolite. It's just finding the right pieces that are good enough quality to tumble, because some of it just fractures up and stuff like that. But this one's nice and solid. Doesn't look like it has any fractures in it. So yeah, it's a pretty nice piece. Yeah, there's a couple more pieces here. I probably won't be filming too much because it all kind of looks the same. And you can't really see the pattern until you polish it or cut it. But you can see there's a bit of a seam of agate, really thin one in there. And there's another piece of rhyolite here. You can kind of see the orbicular bits in there. Kind of neat. And yeah, there's another one right here, but that one seems too fractured. But it's like all in the hillside here, and there's lots of this brecciated stuff too. Looks kind of cool. Has little bits of rhyolite that have broken up and kind of melted together again. Just kind of neat. That one looks kind of cool. It's like a green one with white spots in it. I don't know if that's just feldspar or quartz. Kind of a strange one. This one's kind of cool. It's got some spots on it, white little orbicular bits, and looks like it's kind of flow banded in between. I don't know. It's got an interesting texture though. Like, we'll see about that one. I might take it. It just seems a lot more solid than the rest too. There's also lots of this breccia. It's kind of green and has little bits of tuff in it. Probably wouldn't polish too good though, but it's just interesting looking. Really bright green. I think my best bet of finding something solid is just going after these little pieces in the float, because they've already been, you know, fractured down pretty much as small as they get. So there's almost definitely not going to be too many fractures in these pieces. And there's some decent little patterns in some of them. So it's still pretty cool stuff. Just mostly tumbler material, not really for calving. Another thing you get here with the rhyolite is sometimes it can be almost botryoidal in a way. It's like little bubbles, but it's not botryoidal in the same way that agate is formed. It's more just by the crystallization of the rhyolite. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a bit different. And that one has a little bit of botryoidal on top. Not too much, but it's still quite interesting. And I have found bits that are like botryoidal all the way around, which is kind of cool, but I don't find them too often, so I'm always on the lookout. There's a little bit more orbicular rhyolite right there. Put that with my little pile. See if I can see anything on top of here. one's almost got like a reddish color to it. And yeah, not seeing too much, but just got to be more up here. I don't know where that stuff down lower is coming from. Little piece right there, almost like a brownish purple color. I don't know what's going on there. Doesn't look too nice, but just looks kind of strange. It would also be nice to find some, even if there's just seams of agate in this rhyolite. It'd be kind of interesting to see it in a larger seam, because in different types of rock there could be different metals present and stuff to color the agate. So yeah, most of the agate around here isn't really too colorful, but if I could find a spot in this rhyolite, it might be kind of interesting. There's lots of nice little chunks up here though. Good for the tumbler. Let's see if I could get that one out. Yeah, that one has some good pattern. And this one here looks kind of interesting. It's like a lighter brown. Oh, that's pretty deep in there. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized piece actually. And that one looks kind of glassy almost. Might just take that. It's got a nice green spot in there and stuff, and I don't know, it just seems really dense compared to the rest of the stuff. Let's see if there's anything else around here. What's going on with that one? That one looks kind of cool. Pretty cool little pattern in there. Good size for the tumbler. That one looks nice too. It's like a brown one. It has lots of the orbicular bits in there. And around the orbicular bits it's white, so that one will stand out pretty well. Yeah, you're looking for really contrasting colors too. That would be preferred, because if you tumble it and the colors are close to the same with the, you know, round bits and the rest of it, you won't really be able to see them that well. It'll just kind of blend together. But yeah. Nah. That one's kind of nice. Well, you can see in this chunk of orbicular rhyolite, there's little pockets where agate was trying to fill up, but there just wasn't enough agate to go around and fill up the pockets. It means that there's good potential, but like, I haven't seen any fully filled pockets, even just small ones, so. But just finding the right zone is what you want. This one here's kind of neat. It's white rhyolite, but it's got white botryoidally orbicular bits in there, for lack of a better term. I don't know what they're really called. Spherulites or something? I don't know, but I just really like the shape of that, and it's really white. Kind of interesting. Well, there's a nice little piece of agate. It's the first that I've seen from this spot. It's I don't know whether or not to call it agate or quartz, but it's got a nice bluish almost color to it. Very interesting. Looks like there must be agate coming out of the mountain further up, because there's another seam. And yeah, this is all just loose till kind of stuff that's eroded off the top. So somewhere further up there has to be a spot where you can find some agates. It's kind of a nice chunk. It's got some big circles in it. A little bit of green, a little bit of brown, and a tan color kind of around the circles. And there's another chunk right there, another one right there. So they must be coming out of here somewhere close by. It's just where, I don't know. Kind of nice pieces though. I think this is going to be the last one for today. I already broke a few pieces off. And you can see there's some really nice contrasting colors in there. So that'll stand out really well once I tumble it. So I'm going to break this up and get the best pieces out of it, because there's some parts of it that aren't really too great. It's mostly just this part right here that has the best, you know, most contrasting colors. So yeah, I'll break this up and take that out of here. Should make some pretty cool tumbles. Well, I got some really good stuff out of there. I think all this I'll be keeping, and that's the scrap right there. Not really too much great stuff in there. Maybe that little piece, and yeah, that stuff is just breccia and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know. Well, I think that about does it for me today. I'm pretty exhausted, and I got about a backpack full of Rhyolite, so we'll see what I could do with that. I think it's some pretty good lapidary material. I've already made one cab with some of the Rhyolite before, and it shined up pretty nice. So yeah, and those agates are really cool. I've never seen agates in this area before, so that should be interesting to play with. And yeah, if you liked the video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. That would really help me out, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Well, today I'm going to start tumbling up some of this Rhyolite. I think this stuff is more of a chatoyant Rhyolite, and this stuff is just a plain orbicular Rhyolite. Just kind of a fun mix to play with, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of patterns come out of here. So yeah, I'm going to see how much of this I can fit into the 2 barrels that I have, and yeah, we'll start the first grit. Well, I got both the barrels about 2/3 full, so that should be good. And there's some pretty neat patterns in some of these pieces, so it'll be interesting to see once they start tumbling. Might just take a few of these out and show off the patterns before I start tumbling, and yeah, we'll throw the grit in there and get them on the tumbler.